know. You do know.
Okay.
You do.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think you know where this is going.
Oh, we on the
Another
air?
game jam?
Episode 6, I do believe.
Of this season?
The total. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's
we lost the first one, right?
We've I think there's 3 of them that haven't been published.
Okay.
So yeah, there's 3. There was like the first one we didn't lose, but we just
It was
It was,
a test run.
we were like
Pilot,
pilot test, and then the second one.
Crashed.
The second one was like the one we tried to record over Discord.
Oh yeah.
Was that the second
that
or third one?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Oh wait, yeah, that's
That
the
was the
one we
third
still.
one.
That was the third one.
I think so. I think we did another one between those two.
Yeah, we did more before.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was we did.
We did the one with the barnyard.
God
damn it.
No, we're not going back to that.
Yeah, so that one we still have, and we said we're like release it as like a future. I still have.
Oh,
that
it was the
one.
last episode?
Yeah,
The lost
something like
tapes.
that, because it's like broken up and it has to be edited. Because we like there was one point where you just like cut out for like 20 minutes or something.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's fine. It's like internet problems.
It's really because I was trying to
then the
connect from
third
my
one-
garage.
The third one the third one was my bad. That was when we recorded outside and I accidentally fucking deleted it. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Well, that was a good
Did it
one,
sound
though.
okay? Like
It
I like
actually
that
didn't
one.
sound too bad.
I
Yeah, I
love
like that one
That was
too.
probably one of my favorites.
Maybe in the spring,
Yeah.
maybe once it gets warmer out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do
It's
it.
Chill
tradition.
outside.
You can do it from
Take it outside.
Laura Bradley.
Take it outside.
Doing the dojo cast. Yes, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for the recap of the podcast.
recap.
Yeah.
So it's one of those episodes that everyone hates. They just go down memory lane the entire time. It's just like, no, just make new content.
But yeah.
2018.
Yeah,
New
we're in
year for
2018.
Oh my gosh, it's 2018, you guys. 2008 was 10 years ago. What are we doing? What is happening?
Yeah.
2008, man. What came out in 2008?
Obama.
He came out, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the. Yeah.
Uh,
Fuck, Obama was president for forever, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was like that. And I, after seeing that with Obama, I'm like, that's gonna be like the rest of our lives. It's just gonna be or
This is gonna be Obama
No. Yes, I am the Senate.
until fucking Obamatron.
Yeah. No, it was like where there's just like this. The president is there for 8 years, and I mean, there's like I don't know what's gonna happen with the next Trump election, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's still there for another 4 years.
2008 had
I'd be surprised.
Kung
I think
Fu.
he'll-
I mean, I hope. I
He's
hope.
been
I know he's not
supporting.
gonna win the
No.
Pogba vote.
But he's been supporting people. But I think Obama's now that president that everyone refers back to. They're just like, oh, this person compared to Obama.
Right now,
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, because
Well, no.
But they've also done like Bush compared to Obama, and even in nowadays, it's just like comparison. Like everyone compares to Obama.
Yeah. Fallout 3 came out in 2008.
Alright, 2008 had Kung Fu Panda, The Dark Knight, Wall-E,
Oh shit!
and wait for it, The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
What a year.
So like 2008 was like a spill off of all the great like stuff that came out.
Dude,
in
Hancock
2007.
came out? Let's go.
Because 2007 was an amazing year for games too.
Madagascar 2.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, 4
4.
came out.
Oh, that was weird.
Left 4 Dead, the original, came out
Oh,
in 2008.
Call of Duty World at War.
Yeah.
That was the first one I had.
First
For
Dead
the Wii.
Space? I thought that would have came out earlier. Okay.
2008.
Oh, Smash
Can we go
Brothers
back?
Brawl.
What a great year to
2007, I think, was better. For
God damn it, no! We can't just talk about all years.
I know.
I mean, no, go ahead if you want. I mean,
No, I
2007.
don't. That's all I have to say.
God
Is
damn it.
2007 was better. I know you had something to say tonight, but
Alright,
that's
guys.
for okay.
Alright,
okay.
guys, here we go. Wait, do we want to wait?
You want to wait for
It's
a bit?
really
Just tease us with
It's
it.
really
Just-
good.
No, don't tease it. We'll do it later. We'll wait up.
Well, now there's a build up to
Yeah,
it.
we can do it
He's
now.
already halfway
Just do
through.
it.
I
We don't have
agree.
anything else.
All right, guys. So
Teams
here,
tonight.
okay, get ready for this.
Right.
Jurassic World 3.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
In Jurassic World 3, there's like live raptor circuses and shit.
Oh,
There's like
okay.
raptor fighting rings just in the United States.
Okay.
And then like Chris Pratt's just, you know, chilling out and he's taming raptors, but then people are like, yo, there's the better raptor tamer. And they're like, oh, it's in space right now. There's the better raptor tamer. People are like, they call him the Pied Piper because he plays his flute and the raptors swarm to him. Chris Pratt's like, nah, he can't be that good. He meets up and it's like one of those things where it's like shadow and his face comes out. And it's the dude from the first Jurassic Park movie. And he's like, yeah, I tame raptors. I play my flute and they come. And he has the bone thing from Jurassic Park 3. He has the little skeleton thing and he blows on it. He goes, or whatever that noise is.
Dude.
And the raptors swarm to him and they form a pyramid and he stands on top of it. And then,
Wait, so which the trainer guy, like from the first Jurassic World?
he's in the
like,
first one and the third
like
one.
the clever girl guy?
No.
Okay.
You know the main guy from Jurassic Park? He's like, he has the hat.
Yeah.
And he just chills with the kids and whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That sounds right. Chilling with kids.
Well, I mean in the first one.
Netflix and chill.
I
With
know.
kids.
With kids. Oh, God.
And demonetized. And not that honestly, like, honestly at this point I would be fine with that being Jurassic World 3.
Jurassic World 3, guys. Wait
After
for it.
we're seeing
No, it's just gonna have like the selling point is it has Chris Pratt. Everyone's gonna see it anyway since it has Chris
A
Pratt.
dude
Yeah.
from the original Jurassic Park, just like Jeff Goldblum's in
Oh yeah.
life,
Jurassic World 2.
always life.
He is?
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
He
Jeff
says
Goldblum's gonna
life
be in it.
finds a way, but he forgets the
Oh.
word always. What the hell?
Life finds
How
a way.
did you
Fight it.
fuck up the
It's
line?
implied.
Jake, you're the only one who remembers every line.
I know.
Whatever,
Fine,
it's the
it's-
trailer. They could like edit
That's
it. Yeah.
you're right.
You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
Got him.
Now I gotta go see it. That's their marketing scheme.
They
I have
cut
to
one
see-
word
I
out.
have to
It's like,
see. That's they caught me. I have to see if that line's correct in the movie.
No, because you're gonna storm out of the movie if not.
Yeah, this-
I'm not going to that movie. With
Yeah,
that one.
I don't have any desire really to see that movie, because like after watching the trailer, it's just it's like oh well they go back for
yeah, and Chris Pratt's gonna tame more raptors. And he's gonna look at
make you
himself.
remember me, girl?
It's gonna be his character arc, right? Because he thinks he's such a good raptor tamer, but he goes back to the raptor that he supposedly already tamed, and
Yeah,
there's some restraint there. There's some restraint.
Yeah.
I see that
Mhm.
in blue.
He could turn. He could turn.
Could
He's
at
been
any
gone for
moment.
so
One
long.
thing I like about
Right.
that movie is they don't use as much CGI as they use like robotic dinosaurs.
Talking
a
about
lot.
the original one.
No, even in this newest one.
Oh really?
Jurassic
They're using
World.
animatronics.
Yeah.
More animatronics again.
The like
Yeah.
T-Rex for the when it's laying down or whatever is animatronic.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
That's nice. That's
so
cool.
they edit it like.
I don't
a
know.
little
I feel
bit,
like
but they
if
use
it's gonna be
animatronics.
CGI at some point, like keep it consistent.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing
I
is
don't know.
they like edit over the animatronic kind of like with like a little more details to make
Mhm.
it look somewhat more realistic.
It's just like
I was about to say,
combination.
Yeah, so it doesn't look off-putting. They don't look.
I mean, like the
Opposite.
purpose of the visual effects is like to save time and money, right? You don't gotta build this
That
giant
is
puppet
what
and
it ends
whatnot.
up being.
But then they
So-
also the actors give more of a real reaction to
Yeah,
it.
but like
Mhm.
okay, I guess with the actors,
Mhm.
that
that's where
Yeah.
because sometimes
True.
they're like, we got a huge budget, might as well spend it on something to
Yeah,
make a
yeah.
better quality.
Liam Neeson talking to a tennis ball.
for what?
For what?
That's for the Phantom Menace, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, and that's something that was brought up with when Ryan Johnson was making The Last Jedi.
Mm.
And apparently George Lucas came on set and was
Oh,
like, why are you
God.
building all this shit? Like, why are you building all this? And he's like, what? I'm doing this for you. This is why I'm building all this. And he's like, I don't really, I was, it's cool, but it's unnecessary. And it's like, it's really, it makes sense because like you just said, it's like back when they were filming the original trilogy, it was cheaper to do and also visual effects.
It just
looked
looked
good.
better.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
looked better. So
Yeah.
ultimately, what they end up going with the most is what looks better. And then I feel like though that I'm sure The Last Jedi had a good balance of CGI and sets. And actually, I watched a video recently about how the prequels there's more even though a lot of it is CGI, there is actually more practical stuff in there that you would think.
Well,
They
that's
did build up
becoming
quite a bit of shit
that's
for
going
the
back
prequels.
into films and is becoming more appreciated because I think Dunkirk most of that, they did as much as they could.
Dunkirk was literally just...
They could do as much as they...
I don't think there's any CGI in that.
They did as much as they could with... they did very little. Like, they did some, like, background stuff, or, like, editing in the background.
Right, yeah.
But very minimal amount. All they did was they attached IMAX cameras to a bunch of shit.
That's
like,
awesome.
It was crazy. And they, like, painted one plane to look like a Spitfire, and they actually flew that plane. And then it was just... If you I bought the DVD and then it came with a bonus DVD that like tells how it was all made, and I watched like just all of those after I watched the movie because it was just so amazing what the guy did to get the shots, and then he tried to stay on location as much as he could.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think there's only like a couple.
And it definitely
they had to go.
It definitely would have been like easier with a movie like that too. Like, I mean, it's still like you're still crashing.
They said they had to invent. They have been a lot of new stuff like. They had to innovate a lot to make stuff for the movie because like stuff has not been done before. They didn't have there's certain equipment that's not been made before.
Nice.
To do certain things, so that was really cool.
Yeah.
They even like flew the planes.
Well,
most of the planes.
I'm excited to see Jurassic World 3 with the original guy coming back, taming the raptors, and they
calling it right now.
They have a fight to see
right
who's
now.
the best. Is it like
here's what's gonna happen? They're gonna have a fight. They're gonna throw down with the raptors, right?
Okay.
And like because he's the dude from the original is so old, like he's trained his raptors for such a long time. They're so good.
Yeah.
But Chris Pratt looks inside of himself and he goes, you know what? I know what I have to do. And
I gotta catch them all.
He tames the other dude's raptors to be on his side. And that's how it ends.
And he's like, these are mine now. And he's like, my life's work. And then he kills.
I thought you were going to say.
Why does it always end that way?
I always go.
It's always like you fucking steal a man's raptors and then expect not to fight for your life. He's gonna have one last stand.
I always end up going to kill.
Then he kills him.
Because it's just it's fun.
It is funny.
It is funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's like wait, what type of situation?
What do you think is the most cliche thing done in a movie?
That I've seen
in a movie? What?
Your question,
that is
like,
a loaded
for
question.
something to be cliche, it's got to happen like multiple times.
Yeah.
So I feel like
But what do you think
giving one example kind of defeats that question.
Think out of like past couple years in movies, what has been cliche compared to
a consistent cliche?
Yeah, what's a consistent cliche?
I don't know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Just him himself as a complete cliche.
Kid.
Fast and Furious was full of cliches. That entire movie is a cliche. Like the whole series is a cliche.
But like...
It's cool, but it's still
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's worse. I'm not saying it's worse because of
I was about to say
it knows what it is. Yeah.
It's like it's like you go to see Pirates 5 and you're expecting some shit. It's like it's the 5th Pirates movie, dude.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I mean, Johnny Depp does steal a bank, but like
I felt bad for the 5th Pirates movie because the 4th one didn't do as well, but the 5th one was really good.
4th one had
Is
mermaid
the fountain
tears.
I honestly liked watching. Like I didn't think the 5th one was very good, but I loved
the 5th one.
I liked watching it better than the 4th one.
No,
I don't remember what happens in the 4th.
I'd say it just like
exactly.
barely beats the 4th for me.
For me, no, I never really enjoyed the character Barbossa until the 5th one.
They do focus
until
on
he died.
Yeah.
Spoiler for
Pirates
5.
And that's I don't know. If
I bought a
that's why
beta fish and
like
named it Barbossa. Like that's I was dedicated at that.
Because my favorite character in the Pirates movies, I've always liked Barbossa.
Well, I liked how in the 5th one they just wrapped things up.
They did wrap everything up, and it.
That's something I wasn't
expecting. It was kind of like, what the hell?
It's like, what?
Yeah, but like they did it. They wrapped everything up.
Or did they?
I'm pretty sure Johnny Depp got a Razzie nomination for that movie.
Oh,
damn!
Yeah.
That's usually one of his most memorable characters.
Oh, what?
That's one of Johnny Depp's most memorable characters now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
Jack
so you just
Sparrow.
kind of phoned it in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It is that type of movie.
Wait, what's a Razzie? No, I actually...
It's like bad things are nominated.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I should have explained that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they have movies. I know the Emoji Movie made it.
Not fair. Even though you disagree.
So did the Boss Baby, I think.
Boss Baby, I have to see that one. I don't.
I watched it.
See,
I didn't think it was
the
terrible.
weird thing is, like, it just looks, for like, I haven't seen the full movie, so just like trailer based, it looks bad to me. And then,
Wait, what movie?
The Boss Baby.
Boss Baby. I like.
And then
Boss
it had a
Baby.
Golden
I
Globe
don't-
nomination. I was
I
just
don't
like, it
dislike
doesn't
it
need to.
Yeah,
You
that's-
can compare it to Coco.
That's the thing is like, Boss Baby. It's not. Yeah, like it's fun. It was kind of movies like what, but it's like it's not bad. It's just kind of like, not.
Awkward.
It's not like a cinematic like expansive Pixar movie, and that's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this funny. It's not. It's another thing that it knows what it is essentially.
Sometimes I wonder why.
It's DreamWorks, right? Or is it Illumination?
It's DreamWorks.
No.
Isn't it?
Is it Blue Sky?
I think it's Blue Sky.
Well, it's Blue Sky, yeah.
Actually, no. I think it is DreamWorks. Hold on.
Is it
I'm gonna-
DreamWorks?
Oh, I
I gotta
remember what
know.
my topic was going to be for the podcast.
Okay. Go for
Right,
it.
right
I don't
after.
remember.
Well,
I don't remember.
but yeah, just the fact that I'm going to say it for a couple seconds. That,
It is DreamWorks, by the way.
Oh, it is?
I
Okay,
felt like
okay.
it was.
I'm glad that I feel like people kind of like that, and I'm glad that they got another kind of successful movie because I feel like they're not doing too hot. Like I don't like. Yeah,
Well, because
they're, like,
they're now being
money-wise, that's what I'm talking
recognized
about.
as a competitor to Pixar, but then once you're recognized as a competitor to Pixar, you're not doing so well compared to Pixar.
I mean, yeah, like no one competes with Pixar.
Yeah.
DreamWorks is just like
DreamWorks
the
could have,
closest.
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
honest, with Kung Fu Panda series, I think they got close to Pixar.
Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon.
They
How to Train
yeah.
Your Dragon.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
both because like the lighting effects when they use like magic or whatever in both movies, like the Fire of the Dragons and then like the Chi and Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda is good.
Though that
Looks
lighting
good.
effect was really cool, and so I'm like that was Pixar quality effects.
Yeah, there's the textures in that. Were,
Yeah,
like, the most
they were definitely
intense.
Pixar quality.
Yeah.
And then they go back to Boss Baby, and you're like,
It's
You
still
were
it's
doing
clean,
so
it's
well.
Just that
No,
it's not. It's more cartoony than
Yeah.
like intense texture detail. Yeah. But like, yeah, I was so upset. I was like, all right, Boss Baby, that's on there, whatever. Fucking the Emoji Movie isn't on there, but not the animation Your Name. Like, I know it's a Japanese animation, but like, how is that not considered at all? Over a lot of like anime fans were like upset about that, and it's like, yeah, it is a foreign film, but how?
Oh,
but the
for
Golden
Oscars,
Globe,
you mean?
Yeah, how is that
For the
not
Oscars?
considered
Huh.
at
Yeah.
all
That didn't.
to be over
because
the Emoji
it's not.
Movie?
I
It
thought that
never
came out
mentions
last
that it
year.
has to be an American movie anywhere.
No.
I think there's
No,
categories
I'm pretty
definitely
sure-
for foreign films.
I'm pretty sure when Spirited Away came out, it won an Oscar. I think.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
so it's
there's
like
been ones nominated.
Your Name
for sure.
should have been
How the
nominated and
I didn't
slash
watch Your
won.
Name, so.
Your
No,
Name, no, it's amazing. Just visually, it's
I want to
amazing.
watch it. That-
Visually, it's amazing.
and I don't want to go on a super long rant about the Oscars, but like I am
Mr.
because I
Proceeds with super long rant.
it could be a lot longer than I'm about to make it. Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, quote Jake on that one, my boys.
All right, Blade Runner.
Download saved.
Blade Runner 2049, Boss Baby, and The Greatest Showman.
What is this for? Where's
These
the
are
award?
nominations for the Oscars that should have way more than they have.
Oh,
You
okay.
think Boss
The
Baby
Greatest
should have
Showman has
more?
one nomination, and I thought that movie would be like.
See,
in, like,
I thought it was
greatest
quality
fiction.
with like The Greatest Showman was in almost equality with like La La Land. So I thought there would be not more nominations because La La Land had a shit ton of nominations throughout. It's
Yeah, and I know that the Academy Awards
La La
are very,
Land's still winning awards.
very art focused. But like, and I think Get Out should like be. Some of them definitely deserve to be up there, but like the three, and I'm sure the three Billboards Out of Missouri movie is good or whatever. But it's
I think
like,
that one is more just because of the story
how the
behind
fuck is
Can we back
Blade
up a
Runner?
second? Did you say Boss Baby in your?
Yeah,
three?
you said Boss Baby should have been nominated for more.
You said
said-
Blade
yeah.
Runner, Boss Baby.
Oh shit!
And,
I meant to say Blade Runner. Oh,
Yeah.
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
Boss Baby
Boss-
Driver.
Boss Baby Driver.
Well, that's why it wasn't nominated because it wasn't Boss Baby Driver.
Yeah,
wasn't
everyone thought it was
mentioned.
People said Baby Driver, and everyone thought it was Boss Baby.
yeah.
And they were
There
like,
you go.
"Fuck no."
You just figured it out.
Well, no.
Yeah, Baby Driver.
One
though,
mystery
should have
solved.
been.
Blade
not
Runner
that I've seen all movies
2049
that are,
should,
but-
in my opinion, should be up there for Best Picture over The Darkest Hour or
See, The Darkest Hours. I haven't
Phantom
seen it,
Thread
but I
or Lady Bird.
Mm.
see
Who the
those.
fuck are
These
those
are all
things?
just these movies. I don't even know if some of them even been released yet. And that's
No,
what-
they
that's
have
good.
to be.
No, yeah.
I don't know what the cutoff is, but they gotta
Yeah.
be released at some point. Like,
But those movies, I
Film
just don't
critics have
know.
to see them at least.
Yeah, well, they give showings still.
Mm.
But like with those, I understand they're artsy and like the concept behind like the story behind it, but it's like a drama almost rather than in those.
See, I like a lot of people pick on the Oscars. I feel like because they nominate movies that no one has ever seen, air quotes.
Right.
Like I remember, like my parents would always be pissed about that. They're like, no one's ever seen these movies, but I don't know. I really appreciate that because the other end is like the Grammys, where it's just like Justin Bieber is nominated for Song of the Year. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, because they're like.
It's like being popular doesn't make it any better.
They gotta find a balance.
The Oscars get that right.
They gotta find a balance between, like everyone else's opinion, and then like their opinion of what's good.
I don't know how they choose it.
So I think like having movies. So look at like the box office and all that in comparison with some of their opinions and wherever they kind of like overlap, judge off of, because then you don't. Justin Bieber is famous because he's a meme type character because like the teenage girls all love him, but then if you notice but then actually look at the quality of it, there's not much overlap, and so he would be lower quality in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So would get lower votes, but
I don't know.
That's why Bruno Mars won so many awards too because.
I don't like the Grammys.
I see what you mean though about it's like even though nobody's seen them, that's the point. The point is kind of to recognize movies that should get more recognition than they should, and I it's like I can't even technically I shouldn't be even saying that because I know nothing about Lady Bird or Fandom Thread or the 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. I kind of know about that one. Or The Darkest Hour, but...
The Darkest Hour, from what I've heard, is really good, like, really quality, and deserves its spot there.
So it's like...
Yeah. That's
I see what you mean by that, yeah. But going back to animated movies, you guys excited for Illumination making the Super Mario movie?
Hold up, what?
Did you guys know about that?
You guys hear the excitement coming through the mic?
Huh? I don't know, man.
Just feel the excitement in this room. I don't know.
Do you have any? Okay.
No.
Damn, I thought that.
Well, that one.
You try to invoke a response, but it's almost like.
See, that one, I don't think it's just same as. It's same as like any other video game.
It'd be
about
like to say that.
TMNT or something like that. It's just no one has that excitement.
Like John Cena's gonna be Duke Nukem. It's
like,
okay. Might be cool. Probably not.
Yeah, like it's gonna create a huge fan. Like a lot of people are going just because that's what Nintendo does anyways. They just put Mario behind it and everyone gets it. So like there's gonna be a huge fan base for the movie, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be a quality movie. It's definitely not gonna be a quality movie.
But Sonic the Hedgehog movie's gonna be good.
Wait,
it's half animated, half live action. So
what?
Get ready, get hyped.
Who's making it?
I don't fucking know. I think it's Sony or something.
Oh God, no, that's immediate. Like no.
What has Sony made that's good?
I think we've discussed this
Immediately,
before.
just
I looked this up before.
Because you can't think of any.
Yeah, I think we've discussed this before.
I think we have.
Because after I was complaining about the emoji.
What is Sony?
What is Sony like Pictures like?
I don't even know if they've been animating for that long.
They haven't.
Peter Rabbit.
Oh,
I've
shit,
heard that's
hyped
coming
for
up.
Peter Rabbit, you guys.
They did Spider-Man Homecoming. They did The Interview. That's a
Wait, what?
The Interview.
The Interview.
So, I'm talking about just animated films.
Yeah, they haven't done that many animated. They did Venom. That's
The
live action.
Smurfs.
They're doing Venom.
Hotel Transylvania.
Oh yeah, they're doing.
Oh, I just saw that about a month ago.
Open Season.
Oh, they did.
I remember Open Season.
Pixels.
I liked Open
Cloudy
Season.
with a Chance of that's not animated.
Then again,
But they're still
Cloudy
animated.
with the Chance of Meatballs.
Surf's Up too.
Okay, so they've made some like decent
Arthur
I guess,
Christmas.
like passable kids movies.
That's what if they're. We're out of their audience range. I think that's why we look down on them. Is because we're out of their audience range.
I don't know. I mean, like Pixar movies are like for kids too, but they can still be appreciated by adults.
I don't know. They
Like-
they kind of target everyone. Like they give the parents feels whenever like they recognize like old toys or whatever. Like people can go back and think Toy Story and it hits every member of the audience. no matter what age. But
Well, that's kind of bullshit then. I don't know. You can't like make an animated movie and then have it like written poorly and just have the jokes be really like stupid and flat and just be like, well, it's for children.
Yeah.
That's such a cheap thing.
There is true.
But
yeah,
that's also
that's true.
they do cheap animation, so.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
It's alright then.
Well, if they're not gonna make quality, they're not. You can tell they're not shooting for quality.
Did they make the
was gonna make a
Lorax?
Popeye movie.
Who made the
and it didn't
Lorax?
happen.
Oh.
Was that Blue Sky? That was
It was
Blue
Blue
Sky.
Sky.
Okay, I'm looking at Blue Sky right now and I don't see it.
I don't
But
know very
Blue
much
Sky
about
made
Blue Sky.
Robots and Rio and Ice Age. Which
Dude,
you don't like robots?
Robots.
I loved Robots.
I loved
Robots.
Robots. Yes.
Okay. Robots is good, dude.
Robots was high.
How do you make
Robots
a
was
baby?
like one of my favorites as a
You gotta.
Robots is pretty funny.
Oh, we didn't order
Yeah,
the right
that was also
baby.
we're going off of. We loved it as kids. Have we
kid.
seen it recently?
Yeah.
How
Just
recent
like-
have you seen it?
Just like we were talking about Disney Channel shows earlier,
Yeah.
and how the new ones
Oh.
suck, or is it just because we're
Is,
older?
is it, yeah, is it because
Eh.
the thing is because
Yeah, probably.
we are recognizing they're using the same formula for every show. As kids, we didn't know that there was that, and then now we see one of the new shows.
I mean,
we're like,
they
oh
weren't-
wait, they've done that before.
I don't know.
I think
I
that's it.
think the shows were better back when we were kids. Like I don't think it's just because we're older.
Oh,
The
yeah,
new
no,
shows
I
didn't,
agree. No, yeah.
Was it
they're
Logan
shit.
or Jake Paul who was on one of the Disney Channel shows?
Logan. It was.
No, it was
And-
Jake. It was,
Was
Jake
it
Paul.
Jake?
Which one
Is
is-
Jake Paul in it? Oh,
Yeah.
Which one saw the body? Was that
Logan.
Logan? Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Yo,
hard to
Did
differentiate
you,
between
do
them
you
at this
guys
point.
remember the episode of The
They're
Sweet
both
Life of Zack and
douchebags.
Cody where they peep on girls in the hotel room?
No.
That was a classic thing they always did.
No, but like there was like a soccer team staying at the hotel and they were like in the room next to them.
Oh.
They had to help Arwen fix something, I think, and they drilled a hole
Yeah.
through the
Okay.
fucking wall.
I remember that now.
And it was so weird because they're like peeping on girls, and then Arwen's like, "You guys can't do that," and they're like, "Arwen, fucking look at there." And Arwen looks at it, and he's just like, "Oh shit, I'm down." And it's like, well, like when I was a kid, it was just like, "Oh, haha,"
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Arwen, what you doing?"
But it's, this is gonna sound really weird, but is that why the Disney shows were better back? Wait, let me Just
Bring
because
back
they,
the pedophiles.
no, it's because
Hashtag
they
not my
have
Disney.
it's because they have less censorship, and they made more jokes.
I don't think
that were-
that's it either. I think it's just even kids don't watch Disney Channel as much anymore. Because it's just so. It's like
It's lazy.
Oh my god! No, it's not even lazy. It's like they're trying to understand like the insides of a kid's mind and trying to like throw that like on a television. I don't even
Well,
know
one
how
thing
to.
they're doing now.
I
is-
don't know how to explain what they're like trying to do.
Well, they're
It's-
trying to.
They're trying to like
They're
make.
trying to market to
they're
kids
trying
more
to
than
turn-
actually like making a good story.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying to turn ADHD into a show. There we go.
Let's be real though. Let's be real. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I don't know if you guys have watched that recently.
Yeah,
That is a
I would.
god awful show.
Oh
Yeah.
That is a terrible fucking show.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I have good memories of that show.
I think
I don't think I'll ever watch it again.
So I watched the On Deck. I prefer the On Deck, to be honest.
I don't.
On Deck was. I remember hating that when it first came out. I was like,
I
what the
was
fuck?
Yeah, 'cause it
I
was
was
like-
fine watching it.
I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it too, but it was something about it. It was
Yeah.
just like,
What the
No,
fuck?
I enjoyed it because
like
like
a-
there was more characters that I.
oh, the rapper and the nerdy kid.
Woody's the
rapper.
best. Woody's the best.
Marcus was his name.
Yeah, Marcus and
He
Woody.
rapped about teeth.
I have
Now
no
it's gonna come
memory of
in.
this.
Now it's gonna come in.
I remember Woody.
Woody was the best.
And I
Woody
remember
Tara. I really
the girl, the hot girl that
Yeah, I just
was like the
remember
love
the-
interest for
I
the whole
just
show
remember
or
the
whatever.
girl.
Bailey?
Yeah,
Bailey, yeah.
That's all I
She
remember.
wasn't
And
that
they
hot. She
broke
wasn't
up
hot,
in
though.
Paris in the special breakup in
Yeah.
Paris.
What the fuck?
Do you guys remember the movie?
No, yeah, I
It was
remember
a-
the
I didn't know it
movie.
was a-
They go to an island and it's a crazy like sci-fi like it's like some shit with like bring your
With
twin,
twins, yeah.
bring your twin to the island.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like
That
It's
was
like-
actually amazing.
it's so stupid.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
No, but I think with the Disney shows before, they actually had a story behind it, and then it became a good show. Where people started to like the show, and that's why it became popular. And now they just want to push it. In the first episode, they want it to become popular. That's what they want. That's why they've done. Like, they've done a show that's like based on YouTubers.
It's not even that.
we're
It's not
just
even that
like-
either. It's just I don't know. I don't know, and it's like
Disney, call in,
Like,
let us know.
Like Warren was saying, it's not even like the Sweet Life and Zack and Cody is a good show. It's just
it's just not. It's not the new stuff. I really can't tell like what the say what the difference is because it's all shit.
It?
But it's like.
I like that shit more than
watchable than the new shit because it's the
you
new
sit through one
like,
shit and watch it and just complain about it. The other shit you just can't even watch.
That's just what you watch when you're a kid, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with us, man. Like maybe that's it. I don't know about you guys. I didn't actually have the internet for a while, and I just fucking had TV. And the thing with having cable was like you had your channels, and that was fucking
it. That's it.
You couldn't
I didn't have cable. I only had the basic channels. I had like
experience.
Yeah. This is fucking gross, guys. We're just old now.
Yeah.
I only had like 10 channels, and 9 of them were the news.
That's right.
Then,
you had the weird.
Yeah, I had basic television. I didn't have cable. Yeah, and that's what I had, and that's what I lived for about 15 years.
Because
15, 16 years. I've lived with basic television.
I watched
basic.
TV a lot, essentially probably up to like 6th or like 7th grade, and then I got my iPod Touch and I had YouTube, and I kind of replaced my TV watching experience essentially.
Is big going on like in YouTube's world is now they're competing with like Netflix, and that's why they came out like YouTube Red. They've started doing things to where they're competing with television.
Well, what do little kids watch?
What?
I don't know.
What are little kids watching these
toy
days?
unboxing videos.
Logan Paul.
Oh yeah.
They watch Let's Players. They watch
Let's Players.
Let's Players.
Yeah.
Markiplier is big amongst
my little brother doesn't. My little brother. He is actually like. He actually uses Netflix a lot, but he doesn't sit down and watch TV that much. But he will sit there and watch a movie. It's on TV. He'll watch that. He doesn't.
See, I started watching
an action movie. He'll just sit there.
There's only like 2 or 3 shows that that I'll actually watch on television, and if they're but like I can't just sit down, turn on the TV, and just pick a channel and watch it. I have to. There's only certain shows that I will watch, and I will record them, and then I'll just have that playlist to go through, and that's I can't. Otherwise, I just watch a movie because nothing I feel like is as quality anymore for me. Just watching television.
And then it's obvious also like television networks.
A lot of people are phoning it in now,
and that's the you're saying with the YouTube thing. That's a whole like separate conversation in itself. But like with cable providers, they should have jumped on the boat earlier. I don't know how they thought that internet TV wouldn't be what the norm was going to become. Mm-hmm. Because if they would have done everything properly, they could have easily still existed as like, oh, I'm going to watch Charter like, TV now, or because now we have this shitty situation where HBO has their own fucking service, and so it's like, oh well, if you want to watch HBO shows, you're gonna have to buy HBO Go, but you also want Netflix, but you also might want to watch a show on Hulu, but you also might want to watch a show on Amazon
that's
Prime.
where
so now we're fucked because it's like now we're still back into where cable was. It's like, well, you have to buy the different packages. If it all would have they all would have converged at the same time, we wouldn't be in this situation.
A lot of shows even now are jumping ship from TV and going to those because they know they'll get more of an audience and then they get the benefits.
It's also just more like freedom. Like you don't have to worry about commercial breaks or anything.
Well, with all these like social movements and all that too, it's just like the censorship and what goes on TV now. It's like, if I want to have more creative freedom, I go to Netflix or I go to Hulu, and I can say whatever the fuck I want, and I'll get the fans. Because I think of BoJack Horseman, like, compared to what it was like early when it was on TV to Hulu. It's probably pushed it a little bit more.
BoJack Horseman's a Netflix original.
I don't think BoJack Horseman was on TV.
It was on TV
or
Hulu. No, it was on TV for
No,
sure.
BoJack is a Netflix original.
Oh, it wasn't on TV.
I think it was on TV. No, I remember watching it on TV.
So. Was it? No.
It was on TV.
Let's see.
No.
Yeah, they probably. Otherwise, I was mistaken. But.
I mean, I wasn't like in it from the beginning, but
I'm pretty sure.
I know it's a Netflix original, and I don't think there'll be any reason for that to be.
I think it was on.
Well, it could be. Because Netflix originals aren't always originals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it was on the same station like Toonami would be on. It was like Bob's.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It was with like Bob's Burger. Yeah, it was with like Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burger.
The series first season premiered on August 22nd, 2014 on Netflix.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
I know my BoJack.
Yeah, well, I was saying because I think I've saw it before on regular time because I don't have Netflix, so I thought I saw it before.
You don't have Netflix?
No, I just loosed off my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
BoJack Horseman and I don't know if you've seen F is for Family, which is also an amazing animation on Netflix.
I feel like people dismiss those because like their animation style makes them look like every McFarlane cartoon ever made.
Yeah.
But like watch those shows, they're so good.
Yeah.
I'm so sad.
One show I'm starting to watch. A friend recommended it to me. It's just started up. Let me find. But it's, I think, it's like Lion's Blaze or whatever. It's Final Space. It's Final Space was the cartoon pilot for it, but they just have. It's pretty much like a more adult version of Adventure Time, where they just do.
Oh, Bravest Warriors.
It's that kind of thing. Yeah, it's basically that.
I'm glad that we live in a time with adult cartoons.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Let's
me too.
go.
I
Cartoons
should
in
watch
general,
more of
man.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like we're back in the golden age. Well, okay, so
We're
Adventure
in-
Time's on its way out. Steven Universe is gonna end soon, but I mean, like, we got good shit.
But yeah, like
Okay,
people are
okay.
interested in it, so there's gonna be something new that catches on.
Yeah.
It's people are more comfortable watching like cartoons as adults, so and also people are more comfortable playing video games as adults too. It's like where it's like things that like it's like we're just almost impossible to market to adults are now like actually.
Well, I think
Because now adults have grown up with it.
Yeah, and they actually.
That's
like
what
it
I think.
now.
The thing is before because you have like the older generation yelling at you like, "Oh, don't watch." It's like this is a cartoon, and then you feel like embarrassed to watch cartoon. But now that they're dying out because they're older, it's our generation. It's older, and like the adults, and so we're the ones like going to the younger generation, like, "Oh, this is fine to watch. This is okay to watch." I remember I was in a store the other day, and this not a little girl, but it's a younger girl. She was complaining that she gets bullied at school because she watches anime.
Oh yeah.
And the guy who owns the store was all like, "Fuck them," because he goes, when you get to college, level, a lot of people are watching anime. Anyone who's intelligent is watching anime, and those guys are going to be unsuccessful at life.
Well,
and
I was like,
it kind of sounds like really bad, but then you think about it. You think of how many like people that were top of their
SWAT.
Think of how many people that were like at top of their class.
That's true.
Or
Bill Gates used to watch anime.
Really?
On a date, no.
But like I know a lot of people that just like top of their class or just did really well in school, but they also were big anime fans or.
Well, usually
I'm not saying there's a correlation.
I think the connection you're trying to make is that people who are more established or are more focused on or do well in school and stuff like.
They're not
in
tearing
college,
people down for.
They've experienced different types of media.
That's what
are not afraid to experience different types of media from multiple places on Earth or different cultures from other places on Earth. Because
that's what I'm.
They just have interest in exploring, more things than what they've just what we just have here in the U.S. or stuff like that.
Yeah, you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
I just say things in a shitty way.
I don't know why I got out of anime, man.
You're not into it anymore?
What?
You're not into it anymore?
I just don't watch it as much.
I kind of have the same thing where it's like I had this huge phase of like it started junior year and that kind of ended freshman year after we watched ReZero.
We watched ReZero. Well, that's
it wasn't because we watched ReZero. It's just it ended after like we had watched ReZero and then I watched Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid and then I just watched like I hadn't watched anything until Kill la Kill recently.
I think the problem is because there's usually with anime there's so many episodes and you have to go start at the beginning and it's kind of like annoying to start from the beginning and then you don't have the time to watch 70 episodes.
Started so many more animes than I've actually like finished though.
That's a lot. I feel like that's.
See, the animes I watch are usually very short series.
Or 13 episodes.
Yeah,
is usually
like.
Because they're like
somewhere
can't
between
afford to make more. So
13 to 20 episodes. I think Soul Eater is the longest anime I've ever watched, and that was like 7 or 7 episodes.
I think Full Metal Alchemist is the longest anime
I think I started that one. I did the same thing with
What is?
Nothing.
I'm trying to think. Hellsinger or whatever. Hellsinger, the one with the vampires. I tried that one, but that one was just too many episodes and so much. There's sometimes with anime, there's just so much weird shit going on. You're like,
And there's filler where nothing happens.
yeah, and it's just like, well, you can just do Dragon Ball Z and just.
And that's
breathe
why I'm
for
not.
half
That's
that
why I
episode.
don't want to watch Naruto or Dragon Ball Z.
See, I think I can go back and watch Naruto,
Naruto is tight.
and I'm definitely going back and watching Avatar.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm
a
trying
tour.
to do that.
But that one also like kind of reached across anime and then also like cartoons that everyone watched.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
it
able
kinda
to
reaches that.
throw it in the mix of cartoons and people not.
Because think of like
actually
Pokemon,
realize
it's
what it was.
anime, but no one
Yeah.
really thinks of it as anime.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. They were able to do that.
that's a good point.
But, so do you think we'll ever have like quality show, or what do you think is the next quality show to come back? Like after since Adventure Time's leaving, Steven Universe is leaving.
Dude, OKKO is the show.
You
right
think?
now.
You think it is?
That show's so fucking good. Have you watched it?
I have not watched
What
it.
is it?
Okay,
I saw like
What is it? A Disney show?
No, it's on Cartoon Network.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I saw like 1 or 2 episodes and I just couldn't.
You
I
were on
couldn't.
board.
No, I couldn't.
What's
pick
it
up.
about?
Well, it's basically like, it's just like a video game world essentially. Everyone has like their own level.
Oh.
And it's just this kid who like works at a convenience store. Because he's like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm going to be
everyone's
level
a
100.
superhero.
But he's just like, I think it's tight. I've watched, I don't know how long the first season is, but there's shit ton of episodes.
I think I have to get. Yeah, I think I have to get back because I kind of just like jumped in and I'm just like, what the hell? What is this? No, there's a show. I think it's called Peanut and Pickle or something like that. It is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Uh-huh.
It's it kind of reminded me of like if you just took the humor straight out of like Fish Hooks. Do you remember that show?
Fish Hooks! With Corey in the house.
It's a mixture of like real pictures and then like
Shark?
animated
Wait,
stuff.
what was this?
And it's just
Shark Tale?
nah.
Great movie though. Who made that? Who made
Oh
Shark Tale?
god.
No.
Is it? I feel
Sony.
works.
Sony.
I just looked up Blue Sky and it wasn't that.
Blue Sky hasn't made as much as I thought they should.
I think it was DreamWorks. I don't know. Nah, I don't know.
No, because they show it. Matt, who do they show it on now? Do they show it on Cartoon Network? Do they show it on Nick? Or do they show it on Disney?
Okay, it is DreamWorks.
That's what I
Shark
thought.
Tale is DreamWorks? Okay.
That was Will Smith, right? Was
Yep.
Yeah.
The car wash, yes.
Something.
The whale wash.
The
Excuse
whale
you.
wash.
Yeah.
Shit.
Ben's about to fight him.
Ben, yeah.
Ben's gonna fight everyone.
Don't fuck
This-
with Ben on
yeah,
Shark
this
Tale.
podcast-
This
Yeah.
is what breaks
Ben-
Ben is
Shark
getting
Tale.
Shark Tale and
This is the
Don't
most
get
vocally
those-
ever
all the
been on a
details.
podcast.
Shark Tale lore is very.
It's very deep, very complex.
Shark Tale lore.
A lot of people don't understand it.
I remember the computer game they made for Shark Tale. Like it wasn't one you had to buy or like a PC game. It was just like the
Oh,
kind
it's
you,
like
it's
a
like
you,
a
you would look up
Yeah.
you'd look it up on like and like they had like the seahorse race game but there was a bunch of mini games you could play. I think one was like a whale wash type thing. It's almost like those cooking where like they give you the order and you have to do the order. But it was like this one you had to wash the whale a certain way.
Clean the whale. Nice.
Yeah, I just remember that was a thing,
Nice.
and I would just always play the seahorse racing one. That was fun.
Do you guys ever have putt-putt games? No? Okay.
Maybe.
I
So,
thought I'd
wait,
shoot that.
what games?
Putt-putt? It's like this little... He's a little car, and
Oh,
I don't even remember...
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was hoping someone would know the lore.
I remember the car. I don't remember.
I don't remember what you do, really, other than you can paint yourself. a different
Putt-putt?
color.
That's the same. That's in the same universe as Freddy Fish. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a point-and-click game, like for children, where it's like, bitch, you can't be talking about your shit. I forgot what you were
I'm
talking
not saying
about.
it. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying this is all going over my head. I don't remember.
Pretty sure it's canon that Putt-Putt is dead.
I keep looking up KO stuff to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, I just remember I had like 2 or 3 putt-putt games. One of them was underwater. I think one of them was like in the snow, and one was at a circus. I know that.
Cool.
But yeah, that was my childhood.
Did you have
putt-putt?
Putt-putt?
And Lemmings. I had a Lemmings game.
Did you have?
Oh,
Oh,
Lemmings?
yeah.
Cool.
My grandma had this on. This was one of my. So my grandma had this computer with Windows XP on it for just forever.
Okay.
And she would have PC games like for it so that we could play. And so one of them was. Oh, I remember Tonka Construction.
I can hear the sound effects in my head looking at this screenshot.
Yeah, she had this. This was one of them. Tonka Construction
I don't think I
was
had
another
that
one.
I remember seeing the pictures. I've never played this game.
Yeah.
Well, I love how you have putt, and then a picture that has sex and written
it's a
on
sex
tape
tape.
on it. Yeah. What the fuck? Alright, whatever. But.
Yeah, the zoo. That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't snow level. But I remember, yeah.
So I remember seeing the icon but never playing the game.
Oh, this guy with the mustache. This was Cars before
my favorite,
Cars.
Yeah.
It's Chick Hicks right here.
My
but he's
favorite
yellow.
game, like PC game back in the day. I think my dad just bought like one of those big boxy computers.
Just recently?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is when I was this is when I was a kid, but like it was a used one, so like I already had some games on it, and one of them was this, I think it was like Croc, something, and you were just like this alligator, and you would go around, and like each door had a challenge you had to do. Then you were kind of like put on a time limit to do this certain challenge. Like I think there was like I'm trying to think of what the characters were. I keep on wanting to think gnomes or birds, but it was one of those. But they were trapped in cages, and each challenge you had to go through, you had to find them in the cage and like release them from their cage.
Speaking of gnomes, who made Romeo and Juliet?
That's
Dude, the new one though.
Yeah, I don't.
Sherlock Gnomes. Let's go.
I kind of cringed
Felt
at that
bad because
trailer.
I was watching that trailer. I'm like, is that Benedict Cumberbatch playing this guy?
Was it?
And it's
Yeah.
no,
Nah,
it's Johnny Depp.
Oh.
it is.
My mom hates that movie, The Passion. It's really funny.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, and she's.
I don't like that movie either.
Really upset that they're making.
I don't think I've seen that
it's
movie.
So fucking stupid.
I don't think I've seen that movie because they look so stupid. I have a bad habit of doing that.
Yeah, but it's for children, Austin. You don't get it.
They need children.
I feel like
film
that's an
critics.
excuse all the time.
You just said
The fuck!
But like,
If anyone's listening to this, rewind the tape.
yeah, I know.
When
It is.
the tape.
The
Hit
tape.
rewind on the old
Well,
tape.
I'm just saying, like,
If anyone's
well, I'm
listening
just
to
saying
this
they're
in
making
the
it for children.
1990s.
If everyone's listening to this, take the cassette out, flip it to side B.
Well, I was just saying, like, they just want to make it for children. That's just an excuse. Like, what are you gonna do? I'll just make it for children. So then, so they can flip the.
That
tape
was
and-
my argument when you said that shit earlier.
Whatever. Yeah.
We
Okay,
have it
okay.
recorded, dude.
I know. Okay.
I don't know what else to say to you.
Okay.
Not on the same page. But what was the other thing I was gonna say earlier? Oh, so is it going back to wait? Are we trying to find something? Right
I'm
now?
trying to find what
I was just gonna say
who
who
made
made-
Romeo and
Oh,
Juliet.
okay. Going back to earlier, in terms of like trailers that have content in it that's different than the movie. What is the worst example of that for you
Of
guys?
what?
Was it
Of
a
trailers
Disney
that like make you think differently from what the movie actually is.
Well, I just remember
Because I
Rogue
could tell
One.
you mine. Yeah, damn it.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I talked
just
about that
in
This
before.
was
recent
a
memory,
Disney
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Let me look at
What?
trailers I watch all the time.
Disney.
It's Disney.
It was Disney.
It doesn't
but
even
it was,
say
it
that
was
on my
pushed
It
It
out.
was Disney. That's
It
right.
was
What?
released to a different company. It was made. It was a Walt Disney.
Disney doesn't even have their name on the poster.
It's Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures Entertainment One Films in the United Kingdom, and that's who distributed it.
One films. Weird.
But it was produced by Touchstone Pictures and Rocket Pictures.
A little adventure goes a long way.
God, I hate. Oh
Hell
my god.
yeah, dude.
Where's
I want to know the process behind coming up with
Remember that movie?
That's gonna be-
pun.
forget
log
my
lines
animation
like
degree.
that
That's
on
gonna be my
posters.
future occupation. Is just coming up with puns for.
All I remember is that
Someone got
trailers.
paid to make.
That movie brought back the song
came back?
Crocodile Rock. They brought it back.
Yeah,
It was
that's
actually
right.
like on radio and stuff again.
Godzilla. I remember that movie. I mean,
Which
the trailer that just
Oh,
had Bryan
yeah.
Cranston in it, and that was all that was in the trailer. And
There's
then,
something.
spoiler alert: Bryan
Yeah,
Cranston isn't in the movie for more than
That's a
5
good
minutes.
example.
I found the Croc game. Legends of Gobos. That's what it was.
I don't know. I can't think of any. But there are a lot of movies where I like the trailer.
No, the Godzilla one's a good example. That's
like the
that's a
trailer
good
better
one.
than the movie.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
Wait, Warren, did you have something like a topic, or did we go?
We did it.
We did it. We never.
What was
Unless
it?
you have
I
another
forgot
one?
where this conversation started.
I don't know. We're just kind of rambling right now.
Yeah.
The Jurassic
I like
World
it.
thing?
My thing was
Oh,
just
right,
pitching
okay.
the best movie ever made. I don't know, man. Do you have one, Austin, or no?
No, I didn't. Because before I was informed
The
we were going to talk about
SpongeBob
Star
movie.
Wars, but I didn't see that movie.
The
yet.
second
I have not seen
SpongeBob
Star Wars
movie.
yet.
Oh.
When the trailer is just live action, and then, well, I mean that's
Wait, the whole
whatever,
movie
'cause
not
that-
live action?
There's that's like 10 minutes of the movie.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I thought like the whole movie was based around that.
No.
Okay.
It's called fucking Sponge Out of Water.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Do you guys know the thing about that Muppets from Space? Wait, no. Fuck, I forget. Oh yeah, it was originally called. The movie was called Muppets in Space, and then halfway through the movie, they realized, hey, the Muppets never go into space, so they had to change the name to Muppets from Space.
Oh wow! What the hell? Yeah. Like, how did they? Did they just like change the screen like right while they were like making
They
it?
could
or
just
something?
fucking do that, right? Like, how hard is that?
Yeah.
Some Muppets, I don't know. Just put a fucking green screen behind it.
Man, I don't think we can get them to space, man. This is gonna be too rough. Man.
Yeah, Kermit's kind of a diva now. He thinks he's entitled.
Him versus
He wouldn't
Cookie
come out of his
Monster.
trailer.
Yeah.
You know, him versus
He's
Cookie
telling
Monster.
Miss Piggy to fuck off.
Did you not see that video? Scott showed us a video
Miss Piggy came
of
out with a
Kermit the Frog
statement,
versus Cookie
Oh
Monster.
yeah, okay, I saw that.
Kermit could face charges.
No, recently, me and Ben Howard watched a video with Kermit the Frog kind of versus Cookie Monster. It was like about a mystery box. And it was a Sesame Street clip, but we had to watch that for our animation class.
I don't even remember why. It's just
Oh,
Scott, it was
because
Scott.
it's because of the mystery of it.
Yeah,
What?
because fucking
No, but
Scott.
the
Don't.
thing.
Don't.
No, but the thing, what he was trying to
Guys,
say
I have to
was, he's
spoil
like,
Unbreakable
I want-
for you.
Yeah,
You don't realize
and,
you have to you'll learn.
What else did he
The
spoil?
Usual Suspects.
Yes, that movie.
Right, that was super important though.
Yeah.
Remember what we learned from that? From spoiling the end?
turn at the end.
Oh yeah, I totally
Remember what we learned when he spoiled The Usual Suspects for us?
Yeah, I learned the
that-
ending of the movie.
Yeah, turns the unexpected parts of endings of movies.
There you go.
Well, yeah,
No, he showed us it just to like show us the Saturday Night Live like
Yeah.
skit of it afterwards.
Oh fuck, he did.
Yeah.
That's why. Yep. Yeah. No.
But yeah, anyway, this video that he showed, because Austin's class is in the morning and mine's in the afternoon, and he said like your class was like dying laughing, or at least like reacted way more than our class, and our class didn't do anything.
Wait, for which one?
For this video.
For this-
And he was like, yeah, it's interesting how just like two different audiences will
Yeah.
just react.
Because I think it was just like original, like we weren't expecting it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if maybe some people in your class knew about it, or because we probably spoiled it for you guys, but no, it's 9 a.m. We're tired, and so he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna." Talk
I bet you're
about...
the first one to crack.
No,
My money's on that.
no, I was not.
I
was
don't
Ashley.
believe you. Wait, which Ashley?
Are there multiple Ashleys?
Yeah,
Oh, I guess one
Use
is
last
animation,
name.
one was game design.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use the last name.
Last initial.
Just don't- Oh god.
The one we all know. Yeah, I didn't know there was one. Oh, I know it. You're thinking. It's animation, Ashley. I know the other Ashley.
Yeah.
It's animation, Ashley. But she was the first to break. I'm glad though that
To
you
break.
got it.
Like everyone's holding in their laughter all day, and then something funny.
Well, it was just
breaks it.
Well, okay, you start off a class with, so we already know it's gonna go on forever because it's gonna be about cameras. And
with Scott.
with
What
Scott.
is he talking about?
because we have to do a lot with cameras.
We're doing a stop.
Yeah, but aren't you? Do you have to get your own?
No, but we have to know
No.
how to work and we have to make.
Okay.
We have to have
Oh,
quality
nice.
images. Our grade depends on quality pictures.
Right, messing with the
Yeah,
ISO
so we learned about like exposure
contrast.
and all that.
All that same like PowerPoint that he gave us last semester.
Yeah,
Do you remember
but
that?
it was
yeah.
more detailed this time.
Yeah.
I
Hey.
put up air quotes.
That's a lot of air quotes, dude.
Yeah, it was a lot, 1,000. And so we're tired and we're already about to dread this, and he's like, "Well, before we start, I'm gonna show you guys a couple videos." And the first one was, I think he started with the TED Talk video. It was J.J. Abrams talking about how he created Lost and why he created Lost, and then like other movies he's worked on and why they went in a certain ways, because he liked the mystery of things.
Yeah, Scott showed us this 19-minute video of J.J. Abrams at a TED Talk talking about Lost and like special effects and stuff, and this box that he bought when he was a kid that he still hasn't opened, all to get the message across. That's just like, hey, don't reveal everything, keep something a mystery, and it's like,
And like
the
that's
whole
how you
thing.
capture audiences.
Yeah, like the ending of The Usual Suspects, right?
Yeah.
But
Fuck off, Scott. I'll fight him. Let's go.
you know, Scott, like it was one of his last minute things, like, "Oh, also for this assignment, I want you to use mystery," and we're like, "Fuck." But, he's like, "Think about that for your future animations. It's using mystery." And then he showed us that, and then he's like, "Also," and then it's Kermit versus Cookie Monster. Kermit has this mystery box, and he wants Cookie Monster to guess what's in the box. The entire time,
What's in
Cookie
the
Monster's guessing a
box?
cookie. And then Kermit breaks and reveals what's in the box. Or gives him a cookie.
This is an embarrassing
Why that's
snapshot of Cookie
Kermit.
Monster at the Christmas party.
Wait. Kermit the Frog was with Cookie Monster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Wasn't-
You can't
what-
cross
what the Muppets-
universes, man.
What's the
Puppetry
Muppets
is
part of
dead.
Sesame
No one
Street
gives
at
a
one point?
shit.
Yeah.
The Muppets were a part of Sesame Street at one point, weren't they?
No.
I don't.
Or then they
Then
just
there
crossed.
must have
They
been, like,
often
crossover
crossed.
Jimmy
They
Team
often
Power.
crossed.
Huh?
I know they often crossed.
I don't think
Did
they
they,
like
though?
often crossed. Maybe it was
I
like,
know.
it's probably like special or something. Maybe.
Yeah, it might have been. But Kermit was there. Cookie Monster was there. It was a good time.
Kermit's essentially no.
Well, the guy
he's
who
not.
ran the
I
Muppets
mean, I
was
always
also
say
one
he's
of,
the
he was a couple of
equivalent-
the characters in. He was Cookie Monster. Like,
Oh, okay.
that was the same guy. Kermit, who was the guy who's Kermit the Frog is also Cookie Monster.
Well, he got fired as Kermit.
What?
The dude who voices Kermit got fired for some
Why did
reason.
he get fired?
I don't know.
The voice of Cookie Monster is Frank Oz, which is Yoda.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think he was Kermit too.
I don't know about that.
Is he still? He's still alive, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was in
Wasn't
Last
he
Jedi.
Yoda? Yeah.
Yeah, that he played. You came back.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
For spoilers for me because I'm the only one in this room who has.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not.
But I don't care.
No.
I don't really.
This is,
I was
dude, we
gonna tell
told you,
guys-
man. This
Yeah.
was the podcast. This is you
No,
head
I-
up to
yeah.
this. Yeah.
I told you I'm telling you, like, if you guys want to spoil it for me, you can. I'm not
Yeah.
as huge as a Star Wars fan as
Han Solo comes back to life.
Raise a robot.
My favorite moment
To see
in
the,
the
like, that
movie
was-
was the Yoda part.
Yo, really?
That's my favorite moment.
Really?
That's my
Favorite
favorite
Who
moment.
built the fucking giraffe and right?
Right.
I mean, my
Yeah.
my other favorite moment was my actual favorite moment was probably the Snoke ship getting blasted open by the star
Yeah.
But
Favorite moment, Yoda complaining about seagulls. Wait.
like that was the most like serious or like most like I don't know, like it sounds like cheesy but like heartfelt moment of the movie was like the most emotional part of the movie for me was that like Yoda scene. And it's probably because like that's the most like nostalgic pulling, but also what he says.
Don't bring back Carrie Fisher, just bring back Yoda.
Also, like the message. I really like.
I don't think they were planning on bringing back Carrie Fisher.
If that movie was if that movie was trying to get a like message across, like that was the moment that it was like saying it.
Yeah, true.
And everybody says the books that he's like the girl already has the books or whatever,
I didn't know he actually meant that she physically took the books. I thought.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, no, that's just Yoda being a dick.
You're not
That's
supposed to
really
know.
what it
Yeah.
was, yeah.
I thought Yoda was saying like she already knows she doesn't need to read those books to gain that knowledge. Like I thought that's what he was.
Well, yeah,
saying.
that's what you're supposed to think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was what. it was
It's
supposed
just
to
some,
be.
like, Jedi ghost bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like when Obi-Wan was like...
He's like,
"Yo,
I'm alive for eternity.
Darth
I gotta,
Vader
like,
kills
also
your dad,
pranks."
Dad. It's like, Luke talks to him and he's like,
no. But yeah, but I watched one like rant video on The Last Jedi, and this is such like a picky moment.
Mhm.
The Force Ghost version of Yoda there looks weird, right? Like it doesn't look the same as the Force Ghost in the other movies. He's actually kind of like there, but he's just like a blue glow around him.
Mhm.
It's just like, is he like there? Is he not there? Like, because in the past movies, it was a
There's
full
blue glow.
hologram.
Yeah.
So it's like, why did they change that? It would feel like it would have been easier for them to just make the whole thing transparent blue than to
Yeah.
put a glow around him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think one of my
podcast
favorite
ago.
parts of the movie is also my least favorite part.
What's that?
The
Blue
death.
milk.
Wait,
Just
we
go ahead, I just-
okay,
the
when
death-
Snoke
the
dies,
death-
I love
yeah.
that scene, but just like why? I don't know anything about this dude. Like I wanted
I'm
more
gonna
character
say
build up.
that like even the badassness of that still didn't make it good enough for me to.
I
Here's the thing
loved
with
watching
me.
that scene.
Yeah. The fight after it is cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll admit that's cool. But if people are like, oh, we gotta know who Snoke is, I'm gonna say fuck Snoke if he's
If
that shitty
Yeah.
that he closes his eyes and he can't hear like a
Yeah.
fuck off.
It makes no sense. That's the part the part that makes no sense. He's literally using the most powerful force we've seen in a live action.
He's the most powerful, yeah.
a live action Star Wars movie. He's like fucking throwing around like it's and I know that's just because special effects are better now too, but also it's just like holy shit! Like and when he like instantly
He
electrocuted
bank
Kylo
shots
Ren,
lightning, dude. He
Yeah.
fucking
it's like who the fuck
Yeah.
is this guy? And then he gets
and he's
killed
just
in the
Yeah.
dumbest way. Like he's like oh he tricked him like with like the like oh he turned the lightsaber, but he's also turning his real lightsaber, so that's how he's able to trick him. Fuck that.
Yeah.
He totally would have known. But also there's
he's lame.
a rumor that he's like, oh, he let that happen, and he's gonna like come back. And
fuck any of that.
I feel like
seriously, fuck all of that.
I'm like,
man.
what the hell? Like
I feel like we're getting into that area that isn't like actually film criticism.
No,
we're talking
you're
about
right.
we're talking about like the Force, that's like
you're right,
not real,
but
like
still,
like you can't be sure like he wouldn't have known that. Like this isn't real. You can't say that with 100% certainty. Like that's not actually like film criticism.
true.
You're right, but I
But
mean, do
there's
we
also-
preface that? Was this going to be a film analysis? Because
Yeah.
we could go into that as well.
We could go into that, yeah, because there's two sides of the movie. There's the Star Wars universe fan side critique of the movie, and then there's the movie critique side of the movie. And definitely, like, the Star Wars fan critique side, or, like, Star Wars fan side of the movie is definitely more outraged, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's, like, going to the critique side of that, yes, I do think there is some film criticism in that, is even though we're talking about the Force, you establish this character as being so knowledgeable
Yeah.
and so powerful as a story perspective, even not even taking into relation of like why he's powerful. It's just that they have shown that, and that he seems cunning enough to not let something like that happen. So it's like, I was just really confused when they killed him off. Like it was like, okay, so like and it's like, oh, this is gonna be an interesting shift for the story, but it's like the establishment of him in The Force Awakens was like, and I don't know if J.J. Abrams was trying to make it like this, but it definitely came off like this as like even this, who the fuck is this guy? I want to learn more about him. He even seemed more like mysterious than Darth Sidious almost.
Mhm.
Like and that's hard for me to, and that I don't really get to say that because it's like when I watched the Star Wars movies, I already knew that like about the prequels and stuff, so it's like I already knew it was bad, and I didn't. And when
Right,
the
yeah.
original trilogy was coming out, you get the perspective of, in The Empire Strikes Back, you get the perspective of, whoa, who's this guy? Because he's just in the hologram. He's like this guy like controlling Darth Vader. But then in Return of the Jedi, you learn everything about him.
Yeah.
But for this, it's like,
what?
Who was?
What do
he?
you really learn about him? In
Well, you obviously don't learn that he took over the Republic in it, obviously, but you learn that he turned his father, that he, no, I see your point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't really realize it until now, but it's pretty mirrored between like Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi versus Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. It's like in the first one, he's a hologram. He doesn't show up. No.
Sorry, what are you saying?
In Empire Strikes Back, the Emperor.
He's a hologram.
He's just a hologram. He's never actually right. So just like Snoke was.
So what I like to call like the Last Jedi is like a combination between, because even though it is trying to be something different, it's almost like a combination between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Because it's like you have all the Empire stuff, but also you have like the Return of the Jedi stuff where it's like they kill the big bad guy, and there's the Porgs or the Ewoks, and then you have the training from the Empire Strikes Back. So it's like the Force Awakens and the Last Jedi are like the whole original trilogy kind of like summarized again, and then the next movie, that's the one where they gotta come up.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
I think it'll be cool.
I think
I'm really glad. Like, obviously, I have mixed feelings about this whole scene and the thing, but I'm glad that they like took that risk, and they're not like, okay, let's save everything until the third one.
Right.
They're like, let's make this movie interesting.
And yeah, I as much as pissed as I am that he's dead, and it definitely forces them to like go somewhere different with it, because he could just be in the third movie and basically be the same thing, like where it's like you don't ever really learn who he was. But I really thought they were gonna try to make him like interesting, like they were gonna make him even more interesting character than Darth Sidious, of like who's like, this is my actual name, or like as cheesy as it sounds, like, or like
Franklin.
Like we still not like, or a bigger connection to like a more of a connection to the like who's Rey's parents thing, or like the whole essential mystery to this trilogy. I thought it was going to be connected to that better, but
it's full circle, man. It's J.J. Abrams.
Yeah,
the box.
That's true. He is
did the first movie.
He is directing the next one.
He is?
Yeah, they switched out the Jurassic World director, which I'm so happy about. I don't want him directing a Star Wars.
I don't think the director matters for Star Wars, honestly.
Yeah, you're right.
They're gonna throw money at that thing till it's good.
Yeah.
No matter who's behind the chair.
Yeah. But yeah. So like, it like yeah. There is like the whole mystery that I want to know about, but I there probably really isn't one.
Right.
Yeah.
Lost.
Usual Suspects ending.
And you guys both said you liked the movie overall?
I liked it overall.
Yeah.
Overall,
you know what I said about it? It's like
Yeah.
you could appreciate it, but you can't look too close, or else you start to see the flaws, the blemishes.
Exactly.
It's like watching porn in HD. Sorry, go on.
It's got like a lot of it's got like a lot of dumb stuff in it, but I was really glad that it was different, and different doesn't always mean good, but it gave me hope now that they're like starting to make out, they're cranking out a Star Wars movie every, year. I'm glad that they're like willing to change the formula a little bit, keep it interesting. I'm glad that it's not just going to be the same thing over and over.
And yeah, even though it's like as Force Awakens is probably like as a movie in itself is like movie critique wise is probably better. I'd rather sit down and watch like The Last Jedi, even though it's like there's parts of it where it's like but it's like it's just different. And at this point in Star Wars, we need different. So it's like
And I feel like The Last Jedi had to change because it had so much writing on it. Like The Force Awakens had to be like it had to be better than Revenge of the Sith. So
essentially, it had to be better than the prequels.
And you can debate about that, but
right.
Yeah, Last Jedi had to be like fucking
Yeah.
You had to go. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, it can't be Force Awakens again. You can't do Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
exactly,
Force Awakens
exactly.
got so much shit for
Yeah.
being unoriginal.
Yeah. And I watched The Force Awakens right before seeing The Last Jedi, and I was like, oh wow, that it really is it really is a New Hope. Like, and not in all aspects, but
Excuse me.
it really is very comparable. And it took it in a fun way, but it's like, it's really.
Did you guys notice that when you were first watching it?
Nope.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
With The Force Awakens.
When you saw The Force Awakens the first time in the theater,
No.
were you thinking like, okay, this is kind of like a New Hope?
Nope.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it.
Yeah, Warren's better at spotting that.
Well,
stuff
it was
than I am.
Yeah.
I'm bad at like.
Well, I spot
the first time I see a movie, I don't like think about it that much until like a second viewing or something.
Okay.
Like that.
I mean, I just saw like, it was like the blatantly obvious one that's like subliminals that she's on a sand planet, like Jakku's
Yeah.
like the sand planet.
There
and
is
then,
comparisons.
Yeah.
Droid,
That's-
take this code thing and go find there's. Oh.
Yeah, see, those things didn't even tip me off.
Really?
But like the run on the Starkiller base, that's just like the Death Star.
Yeah,
I feel like that was
that
super
part I
obvious.
got.
I'm like, okay, this,
No,
this is gonna
'cause
conclude just
Here's
like
the
New
Death
Hope.
Star.
Yeah.
There are obvious parts where it's like, oh, the Death Star's in this movie again, or oh, she starts off on a sand planet, but it's like, yeah, the stuff where it's like, oh shit, it's just like the rebel plans are the codes, and then they need those codes to destroy. It's like
Also,
Wow.
never mind.
what?
Wait, did Luke make the map to find himself? Was that him?
I
who
don't know.
made
The
it?
map doesn't make any sense.
Luke made a map.
Who made that?
Luke-
map?
Luke
Why do you
made
need
it.
directions in space? Just like you need one point. It's
That's-
like I am here.
That's also true. Luke literally made a map and was like, "Yo, come and find me when you're ready to throw down." They find him. He's like, "Guys, I'm fucking out."
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why'd you make the map then? What the fuck?
It's like you're saying this is the emergency map. He's like, yeah, but
Yeah.
not
Also,
for this.
yeah,
Oh,
this-
I
it's
hated-
literally like a chunk in space. Like
Yeah.
he's
Dude.
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Hyperspace lane.
Oh my god, they should have saved Jabba's son when they had the chance. Jabba's son, Grumgar, grows up to be Grumgar. He's in the background, he's like, what up, girl? I got space lanes. I own inherited
several
space
hyperspace
lanes.
lanes. They can track us through light speed.
It's in Rogue One. Did you guys know that?
What?
When they're looking through all the plans to find the Death Star plans, one of them is hyperspace tracking.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, the
Really?
Empire was working on
Oh,
it before
shit.
the first
Huh.
order picked it up.
I didn't notice that. I
Yeah,
remember
pretty-
the one called Black Saber because I think of that
Black Saber.
as the one of the original Jedi lightsabers that shows up in the Clone Wars TV show. I don't
What was
know
I
if
gonna
that's
say?
a reference to it, but
I'm pretty sure they're just trying to connect all these movies, right? Because they have the whole thing of The Last Jedi with the dice. You know?
oh yeah,
They have the dice, and I'm like, the fuck did I just say about
connecting.
Rogue One. After I heard about that happening, and then I saw the dice, and I'm like, they literally put this in the movie so that when the Han Solo movie comes out, like people are like,
Oh yeah, okay.
because you guys know about those, right?
Yeah, okay. I know what you're talking
Those
about.
hang in the
and I had no
those
idea.
are
What,
in the original trilogy.
In-
As Millennium Falcon.
I know they're in A New Hope. I don't remember.
okay.
Yeah, they're just
I did not even pick up on that. I
the
didn't
dice,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, those are from. They hang in the Millennium Falcon, like on the dashboard or something. That's what I thought. That's where I'd seen them. So it's like I think I made the connection.
Another thing that pissed me off about Last Jedi was okay.
Heart,
When
you know it to be true.
it's at the very beginning, you know, when
Yeah.
like the cliffhanger of the last one is Rey like holding out the lightsaber, and, you know, Luke just takes it and just like tosses it over his shoulder. Like, dude, you fucking lost your hand holding that lightsaber. You're just gonna like, he's not even interested. He's just like, it was just thrown away for like a cheap joke, you know?
Yeah,
And a lot of things
that's
that in the
I
movie.
was like,
Yeah.
Even Ray was like, what the fuck?
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Slice you open.
What if he afterwards he was like, "That's your lightsaber from Empire Strikes Back." Oh shit! And then he starts like running down the mountain like trying to get it.
And then it when it hits the cliff, like those two those nuns are walking
Oh,
around and it
God.
goes like it turns on and stabs. I imagine Lucas accidentally killed so many of those things. That's why they were so bitchy about him.
Yeah.
Luke's like, oh, they're the locals. They're just weird. They're like, you literally like ripped off an X-wing door and like impaled people so you could cover your hut.
There's like there's like these like nun people that like take care of like the island like religious like parts of the Jedi Order of the island.
By the way,
that was probably honestly the when they're like walking in the cart like getting like sideswiped off the cliff. That was probably the funniest like moment in the movie for me.
By the way, they're there for like. They're kind of part of the Jedi Order, right? They're like the religious part.
Yeah.
Yo, Yoda, you can't be for certain that there were no nuns in that fucking hut, dude. You can't just do that, Yoda. What the fuck is... By the way, the first time I saw that, I was hyped because I thought, like, with all the shit with Rey and, like, Kylo happening, I thought there was, like, a strong concentration of, like, the dark side on the island. And I thought that Yoda thing was just an illusion of the dark side, and I was so hyped. I was like, he's like, because he just laughs, and then he blows up the fucking thing, and I was like, oh!
That would have been so fucking cool. I mean, it would, because, there's moments of that kind of happened in, like, the Clone Wars, where it's like, oh, yeah, it was, oh. God.
He's just an asshole. Like, what the fuck, yo? I guess if you're that old, you're just gonna fuck with people, and you're a ghost.
No, I think... I feel like I got when he's being like that though, because in Empire Strikes Back he's kind of like senile, like asshole Yoda. So it's like he's still like that type of Yoda compared to very like reformed and like Yoda in the prequels where he's like super controlled, but in Empire he's like and then he's like beating R2 and shit.
Trying to steal his food.
Yeah,
that's great. Oh boy, what else about that movie, man?
I feel like we've covered it enough.
Oh, okay. You get your roast, and then you just fucking close the case. All right.
You weren't even thinking of it.
That's fine. That will shut you down.
That's fine.
That's just Ben's thing. You can't get too excited about something.
I pretty much said.
But anytime like you get too excited about something, you'll be like, nah, okay, I've heard enough.
I can't keep going. I can't keep doing this, guys. This is. It'll break me if we keep going. Well,
I think that's a good way to stop. Roll the credits like Sparrows.
Oh wait. And copyrighted. But yeah.
Now we gotta pay royalties. Thanks, Jake.
It won't matter. I won't be have monetization.
Add it to my day.
I won't have monetization on my channel anymore. So. In a couple days, so.
Well, no one's getting it in the first place besides the poster children of YouTube, so.
The poster children.
Eventually, yeah.
Well, it's getting there now. Logan Paul's getting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Untitled from the Tested channel. The channel Tested. We just stole their name to their podcast. No.
We're Team Attica now.
We are Team Attica. And this is
Team Attica.
The Team Attica podcast.
Added talk.
Talkica.
Chattica.
Oh, never mind.
There you go.
Chattica.
Chattica, like Chad.
Like with a D, yeah.
Chattica.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
I've been Jake.
No more.
Rawson.
Ben.
And this is...
This is the
And this is the end.
Yay!
Open road.